All right, everyone, just 2 more companies left. And this next presenter, when he was really young, he found a rock. He thought that rock was a meteor. And from then on, proved to create a very huge love for space and all things space-related. So, representing Space Ocean Corporation, Paul Mamakos.
Hey, thanks. Hi, everybody. Great to be here. We're at the intersection of, we got the ocean, we have the railroad, we have space now, and we have the bus system as well. So Space Ocean, we're interested in the intersection of the ocean and space. Started the company in 2021. I was looking at the SpaceX rockets and everything else, and it reminded me of what I cared about when I was younger. So this is bringing together a lot of skills from when I was younger and as I've grown up. So, the big problem is water and space. Resupplying some of the space stations, they do it by hand. So that's okay when you're doing 100 liters, but if you're doing 1,000 liters or 2,000 liters, it takes a lot of time, and the astronauts could be doing other stuff with their time. So the big need is there's water is needed in space as more astronauts go up into space, and we're looking to streamline that resupply of the water and also other fluids too, but we're starting out with water because it's not dangerous or anything else. So, they need more and more water. You can only recycle so much water, so if you lose 10% over time, you only recycle 92%, you're going to need more water. So that's a daily consumption for the astronauts. And this is a big pain point. The recycling unit itself is between $20 million and $100 million. So it might take some of these commercial space stations 3.5 years to recoup that cost if they went and bought one of these. But if they just get it supplied by us, part of the solution we do is to, we plan in 2027 to launch 2 identical satellites and demonstrate that transfer of fluid in space. And we are talking with different launch providers to help that solution come to be able to resupply water in space. We're looking to start out around the Earth. There are 4 commercial space stations we're looking to service, and we're talking with one of them. We have a letter of interest with one of the 4 commercial space stations, and the market's around $700 billion as of last year, and in 2031 it's supposed to be up around $1 trillion, even 2032 possibly, 2031 or 32. The addressable market's around $6.5 billion globally, but in the US it's around $4.5 billion. And in our first year, in 2028, we could probably do about 80 or more million dollars. Some other differentiators are we're looking to do about 1,500 liters of fluid capacity. The other companies have, they're all usually over $200 million, and ours is looking to be about $70 million, our satellite system. And so we have traction already in the market, and this is an example of what we're looking to do to resupply some of the space stations. There's a connector that another company has that has already been tested, and we are proposing now to the different space stations that we're talking with. But this is a demonstration of the 2 satellites that would transfer fluid between the 2 satellites. We visited one of the space stations a couple of months back, and those are the 4 customers that we're looking at. In addition to the DoD, there are military uses for the water that we're looking to provide. And we're just focused on the US, but around the globe there are some other companies as well out there. We've completed our requirements review and design review. We have a non-provisional patent, utility patent on the satellite design. So we're working on the next preliminary design review, PDR. And probably maybe in November or December we could finish that off. In 2027, we're looking to launch these 2 satellites. So you have to schedule the launch about 18 months ahead of time, and the launch cost is about $2.5 million per satellite. So it takes money, but we're looking at about 50% margin, maybe $80 million in the first year, and it just goes up after that. That's for 2,000 liters delivered, about $80 million. The cost per liter of water in space is about anywhere between $23,000 per liter up to $45,000 per liter. So on the left is some of our satellite costs, and it totals about $70 million for 2 satellites launched. So we have a team of 85 people. Some of them have 20 or 30 years in the aerospace sector. They've made satellites before. And on the bottom right, Dr. Alberto Vasquez, our chairman of the board, he's helped the first 10 commercial private astronauts get into space. So he's history in space. On the bottom left is Damon Bradley. He has 20 years at one of the NASA centers as well. So we have a lot of traction. We have over 20 non-disclosures, and we're doing great. This is some of the software costs for the satellite. It's about $94,000 just for the software to get through the preliminary design review. And that's it. We're based out of Brownsville, Texas. I love space. That's why I'm doing this, and I'm happy to be here to answer any questions.
This time we have 5 minutes for questions.
Hi, Paul. Thank you for your pitch. Cool idea. Water is definitely important in space. So can you, I don't know if I understood, what exactly is a product? Are you taking water from Earth and sending it?
Yeah, initially from Earth until we can source it off planet, but for sure. And we're looking to launch it either with a SpaceX Falcon 9 or maybe the Starship when it gets going. And there are some other launch providers as well. But 10 years out, we look to go to one of the moons around Saturn called Enceladus, and we would source it ourselves. If people start mining the moon, we could pick it up, we could buy it from them, and we could enable that space economy, buy it from them and take it somewhere else. That's space logistics.
Thanks so much. It sounds really exciting.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hi, really futuristic idea. You mentioned in your slides that the cost was $45,000 per liter in space. With the technology that you are developing, how much do you plan to bring it down to?
It would probably be about that. To the International Space Station, it's $23,000 per liter, and that's because of all the subsidies to those companies to enable that space station development and everything. So it's hundreds of millions of dollars on top of that $23,000 per liter. But to a commercial space station, they don't have even the water containers to store it. We'd like to do a Space Act agreement that would help us provide it at the $23,000 price. We don't have any astronauts on board our satellites, so we can do it cheaper. We don't have any life support needs. So we look to bring down the price for sure.
All right, thank you.
You mentioned about 51% of your gross profit and increasing it to 61%. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah. Bulk, if you do 150 liters of water to space, it's going to cost a certain amount of money. But if you do 20,000 liters or if you do 80,000 liters, the bulk, the volume to space, it's going to reduce the price quite a bit. One customer at 1,000 liters per year, or 18 customers at 18,000 liters, the volume will help it reduce the price.
Thank you. And I understand your niche is very close, like for companies.
Right.
Who cannot afford, which companies cannot afford for that? Only the ones that are on the space industry. And so regarding are these, are you developing partnerships in order to complete your patent, or that's you guys are going solo, or has this innovation been filed for?
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of partnerships and collaboration with all kind of companies, and we're actively making those connections. We've announced like an Astrum drive. There's a company that has a certain type of engine that doesn't use any propellant, so we announced that. But there are some others. We have partnerships already, but we haven't announced it. But we're continuing to do that. But we have some that we haven't released yet. So.
What is the cost of the patent? Around $100K, correct?
Yeah, one of the cool things about what I've started the company where I give people ownership in the company, fractional ownership. So over 10 years, I give different team members, depending how much they participate, so many shares. So I've been able to do it without spending a lot of money. And I did that with the attorney, the patent attorney. He joined the team. So it didn't really cost anything. It was just a filing fee, $800 or something. So, yeah.
Thank you.
And I don't know if I missed it. So when you launch these satellites, where are you going to be launching from?
Maybe here.
I was hoping to hear that. Awesome.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause.